fact, the entire West African region. You understand?
Yeah.
So there is no way that a good governor with foresight will not invest in key infrastructure, because for now you cannot even demarcate between Ogun State and Lagos State, because it's fused together right now. So Dapo Abiodun as a governor is, if you understand Ogun State very well, if you were a frequent visitor to Ogun State, you could now see the past and the present of Ogun State. Dapo Abiodun has been able to live up to expectation. For instance, the Ekpe-Ijebode road. These are critical roads that will reduce the pressure on the Lagos-Ibadan axis. Instead of coming towards that side, you now use people coming from the east. They can use that link into Lagos and some other places. So Dapo Abiodun has been able to live up to expectation. Kudos to him. He's the first time governor. So at least someone that performed to that level, you should give him credit for that. You understand? And apart from that, again, you now discover that though it didn't start from his administration, even the past administrations, they have done well. Amusu, he has done very well in terms of the infrastructure. He was able to like boost the revenue, the internally generated revenue IGR of Ogun State. After Lagos is Ogun State in terms of revenue now in the whole federation, internally generated revenue. So for private sector to drive the economy, there must be enabling environment provided by the government, whereby Dapo Abiodun is in order. We have to give him credit for that. You understand?
Yes.
So, and we believe that other governors too, they should borrow a cue from him. This is a first-time governor, but look at what he has done. There are some governors that they are in their second tenure, but they don't have anything to show. Some of them are junketing to become president in 2023. Let's not mention name. If you know the state that I come from, at least my state governor is one of the governors from APC that are making noise to succeed in 2023. But he has nothing to show. So to me, clap for Dapo Abiodun. Yeah.
Wole Soyinka has refuted a post claiming that he has endorsed the presidential ambition of the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to reports, the post which had pictures of Soyinka and Tinubu went viral on Wednesday after the former Lagos State governor declared his presidential ambition. The post, which first trended last year, quoted Soyinka as saying, "I have never involved myself in politics or campaigned for any politician, but in 2023 I will be involved in politics and campaign for a long-term time friend in 1993 Nadeco struggle." Dismissing the post in a statement titled "Season of Fakery Galore" on Wednesday, Soyinka denied the post as fake news, urging the public to disregard the viral quote. He also described the authors of the post as illiterate public interlopers who lack the courage of their conviction and must steal the identities of their betters.
Well, the erudite professor is right. He has every right to be angry.
Yeah.
You understand? Because it's not because he's not a politician, but the manner of trying to giving a support, a boost to a candidate like Ahmed Tinubu. So you understand? So, but does this one come from Tinubu himself? No. We know quite how politicians do their things. A lot of political support networks. Some of the networks, they don't even have a link to the main principal. But they come up to do their things to say, okay, they beat the drum to say, okay, if it's not Baba, it's you, this or that. So a lot of people will go into a lot of things, things to do, things to manipulate facts here and there, information here and there for their own advantage. So, and that is exactly what they attempt to do now. But let's look at it very well. In 1999, there are a lot of politicians that didn't support President Muhammadu Buhari aspiration of seeking a re-election, but they could not stop him. For instance, like former President Olusegun Obasanjo, he came out publicly to denounce Buhari. But at the end of the day, Buhari still went ahead. People thought that, look, since he could not support him, he will not go ahead. So this is to tell us that, look, it's no longer game as usual. You can have someone, a very powerful person that will support you. At the end of the day, he will still not succeed in getting it. So the most basic thing is politicians aspiring to go to a public office, they should be able to have a very good programs. And then the party manifesto should be juicy enough. Then another aspect again is promises made. Have they been able to keep to their promises? So that is another thing. So, but we pray that money should do less of influence in 2023.
Well, speaking ahead of the 2023 presidential election, Dele Momodu asked the PDP to be patient in choosing its presidential candidate and ensure that the person is qualified, competent, and free of corruption. Well, the journalist noted that 2023 is very critical as it offers the opposition party the opportunity to rescue Nigeria from the shackles of the ruling All Progressives Congress.
Well, to me, Dele Momodu, his aspiration is more of a laughable thing.
Yes.
Do you know what? Do you know why? There are people that build PDP. They have invested heavily in PDP since they lost power in 2015 till date. He is just a newcomer into PDP, and he think that they will give him that this thing. Do you foresee it, Dayo? Let's be sincere.
I do not, because 2 months ago he said he is not a politician, and he also said that he is not talking about, is not having any ambition.
So
yes,
you know, these are.
And 2 months later, you come out to say you have.
So you know, most Nigerians are. Let me say, I'm sorry to say this. Nigerians were opportunists. You understand? But the kind of opportunity, the opportunity now that almost everyone is thinking about now is that APC did not perform very well. So that is what the mentality they have built in them. They believe that APC did not perform well in the last 7 years. So anybody can come and puncture them and say, okay, we are going to succeed them and we will do better. But in his own case, hadn't been he even choose a new party to say, okay, let me join a new party and let's see what we can do.
There was something he said. I could remember because after getting that news about him coming out to declare. Yes. His ambition, his presidency ambition. Yeah. I went back to the interview we had with him 2 months ago, and he was saying something about, let's be clear, we have I'm paraphrasing, we have 2 major political parties in Nigeria. Let's put aside other political parties and stop having hundreds of political parties and focus on just the two of them.
But to me, that is a prelude to what is like envisioning something in the future, that is either if he's going to into politics, he will join any of the two. So when I have problem with him is that he's going into PDP, and the next thing is to vie for the presidency. Do you think that those people that have been invested money in the party, it's not, come on, Dayo, you need to know how to run a political party. They have offices, they pay salaries. Government is not paying the salaries. They are elected officials in the government. They pay dues. As they pay the dues, if it's not meeting up, they fall back on the chieftains of the party that dole out money to keep the party going. So, and you are just coming. You said, okay, they should give you the. I don't know, it's laughable. Probably just want to make noise.
Yeah,
Seek
awareness, yeah,
recognition and just like that and become relevant. So that is what he's doing. At the end of the day, there will be some politicking here and there whereby he will now throw his support to one major popular candidate. Then something will be done. So that is what he's doing.
Who? Nigerian businessman Obi popularly known as Obi Cubana, was reportedly subjected to intense interrogation on Thursday, January 13, 2021, as the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) invited him over his alleged drug business. The chairman of Cubana Group of Companies was said to have been gripped by officials of the NDLEA for 5 hours before he was asked to go home and return at a future date. Well, according to the Punch, sources revealed that suspicious payments were made into Cubana's accounts by 3 convicted drug dealers from Malaysia, Nigeria, and India. Well, the source added that the socialite was allowed to go home in order to get some document that would be presented to NDLEA. Well, you'll recall that in July 2021, Cubana organized a lavish funeral for his mother in Oba Idemili South local government area of Anambra State. So the events really attracted politicians and celebrities.
Yes.
It was highlighted by ostentatious display of
wealth.
Really, as evidenced by the donation of about 400 cows to the socialite.
As far as a country is concerned, nobody is above the law. Nobody, no matter how highly placed you are not above the law. But one thing I'm not too comfortable with is media trial. You understand? The EFCC and NDLA and some even ICPC, there are some sensational cases of well-placed individual. At the end of the day, you see the cases on the media, within the press, will be hyped as if they have committed so much crime. But at the end of the day, when you go to the court of law now grant them that freedom because of absence of good witnesses to prosecute the case. So NDLA, they have already said they have traces of payment into Obi Cubana's account. I pray those evidences are concrete enough, are genuine enough, and that can be tendered before the law court for its prosecution. Otherwise, if they don't have enough of this thing, it will be a problem. So, Obi Cubana,
it will be a problem.
It will be a problem because but he seems as if he's having some issues somewhere, Mr. Cubana. Because only 2 months ago or 3 months ago, he was in EFCC detention.
That's 4 months after burial ceremony.
He was in EFCC detention, at least for some days. So he should be able to come out and prove the source of his wealth. Well, if he prove, there is no need of once in a while they will arrest him, once in a while over his listed. He said he was in Abuja here, whereby he did his NYC. I think he granted that interview to BBC Pidgin also, that he did his NYC in Abuja here. He mentioned Ibiza, that where the floats and there was demolition, and he went into contract here and there, and so that is it. So as far as Nigeria is concerned, if the source of your wealth is unknown, it's not alone, but there are some other persons like that. You understand? So.
Well, the question I would like to ask is, did Obi Cubana make a huge mistake with his recent lavish and open display of wealth? Because the way it is now,
open display of wealth, that is a different thing entirely, because he has hotels. Those hotels are known. Some of the hotels are 3-star hotels. Even the one in Wuse 2 in Abuja here is there. So are you telling me that the money he lavished in during his mother's burial
from the businesses?
No, what I'm saying is that if you sum up all the money that they spend there, it's not up to the money in they built the hotel here. So I don't think NDLA or EFCC they are going after him because of the burial. No, it's not. It's not about that.
You know, after that, there've also been records of him trying to display his wealth.
Well,
today I saw a video of him.
Yeah,
yes,
but he was so equivocally clear over that. He said the guys that I trained, they deemed me worthy of saying, okay, I'm doing my mother's burial and it's time for them to reciprocate back. And that is why they now came. I think over 400 cow or thereabout were donated to him by friends and associates here and there. So it's not like we saw it the video. We saw the viral videos whereby those guys they came with money and they were splashing the money on him. So it's not like the money is his own money. It's money from friends. So
okay. So far there have been a lot of reactions concerning this situation. Let's check out a few reactions from Twitter. And this is coming from In Case Jack Do Is She Again. In Case Jack Shriek. Did Obi Cubana make a mistake with his recent lavish and open display of wealth? The security operatives are unnecessarily after the socialite and successful businessman this day. Another one from King Youngzil, that's Opeyemi. I had a dream. In this dream, Obi Cubana begged to transfer money to my bank account. I mean, this is trying
Nigerians
to
are just funny.
yes,
Just
to make
trying
it
to be funny.
humorous.
Yeah.
Well, this coming from Magnifier Comrade. When you are big, I beg. Obi Cubana is already big, and no force can bury that man with the heart of gold. Oh, I think it's trying to say God's glory. When my own time comes, NAFDAC self go follow do my own assignments. I mean, see someone already preparing for NAFDAC beforehand. Well, this is coming from Saint Anthony. It seems anti-graft agencies are always happy to make news with Obi Cubana. As a businessman, people come to transact business with you. If your other clients are into shady business, that doesn't make you a fraudster. You can only go and defend yourself when the need be. Of course, that's very true.
Well, no. It's not. In the world financial transaction,
yeah,
it's not always like that. If inflow of cash into my account from people suspicious that their wealth, source of their wealth is suspicious, I too will become an accessory to crime. That is the law behind the Financial Crime Commission. So it's not about saying he's a businessman. Because he's a businessman, drug dealers now transfer money into his account. No, he has explanation to make. If indeed drug dealers, people are suspected.
That's what he said. He said when needed, he will go and defend himself when. That's what the person said.
Okay, good. He put that caveat there.
Yes. Well, this from First Ladyship, Nafere Titi. Obi Cubana had a date with EFCC. Now NDLEA invited him as well. In Nigeria, if you're not among the political class or a kingmaker, then you should think twice before flaunting your wealth. You must be running from something in Nigeria, either from the police, the army, or the EFCC. Now,
well, that person is right,
yes,
because you discover that the politicians, even those that have been indicted, they are still displaying their wealth, and nothing is happening. You understand? Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, there was this allegation of a 2 billion van inside his compound on election day. So EFCC has not been able to investigate him. You understand? So these are part of, when these things are glaring, Nigerians are seeing it. So it's now become like a selective prosecution, and no longer prosecution again, but persecution. You understand? We should reduce that aspect of persecution Instead of prosecution now, it's now persecution. So, and Nigerians are seeing it. These are part of, yesterday we talked about people having confidence in their country. When you are seeing this kind of a thing, it doesn't all go well for a nation. So that is it.
And this is coming from Miyabaka Allwell. Quietly and steadily, the federal government is sponsoring the image of Obi Cubana. Stay low, stay quiet, but man wanted likes more than a peaceful life. Do you think if he had not flaunted his wealth, all this will be coming to him?
But Dayo, let's ask ourselves. You and I know quite okay that Nigerians, when it comes to wealth, we are lousy. There's no a Nigerian man. Once we arrive, we hardly keep quiet. You understand? So this young man, he has already arrived. So the only thing now that is remaining now is for him to explain source of his wealth. If before he was involved in some shady deals, but today he's now a taxpayer. He's now an employer of labor. So these are the facts before us now. So I believe the government agencies, NDLA and EFCC and all these things, they will do their own work. That is the work they are mandated to do, and they must do it. So if his hands are clean, he will still walk free. That is it.
Well, this is coming from Good Luck John. I will stand on my opinion. Obi Cubana made an error for coming out from the low-key mood. After the burial, he is supposed to return to his normal low-key state. Very soon, Nigeria's security will accuse him of having a link with Boko Haram. Everybody must cash out. Well, that's quite.
It's right now because only recently the Attorney General of the Federation, Malamina, came out to link Sunday Igboho to the persons sponsoring Boko Haram.
Yeah,
so you understand. So
I now know where this person is coming from.
So tomorrow now. The guy is right. Tomorrow they may link him up to one of those people sponsoring bandits.
Yes.
So that is it.
Well, this coming from Akeola Trendy. All of you saying Obi Cubana made himself a target obviously don't understand his business. Just shut up and leave him to get himself out of the new challenge. After all, he didn't call you for help. I think this one believes that he has a way of getting himself out of any problem.
The fact is that Obi Cubana line of business is entertainment. He's a hotelier. You understand? So and the true business revolves around celebrities, show off. You understand? So you don't expect him to be quiet. It's just like when you own a boutique, Dayo. When you own a boutique, if shoppers step into your boutique today, what they see, even if they're coming for window shopping, what they see today, they come back next week again, they'll see it again. Next time they will not come back again. So you as a owner of the business, you would like to inject some things in it. You would like to look lousy, to use yourself as an ambassador of what you are doing.
Let's say packaging.
Package
yourself.
So
sell yourself.
So Obi Cubana is into the cycle of business whereby it's all about glamour. So he must use himself as a point. So and that is exactly what he did. So to me, it's not even about his mother's burial. It's about explanation. Explain very well the source of his wealth. If you come out to explain it very well, you should be free.
Okay, this coming from Roxy. This man made himself a target for nothing. If police no catch you, DSS will. If not, DSS, EFCC will. If not, NDLEA will. At this rate, even tax office and NAFDAC. Or do these agencies now have monthly targets? So they are running wild like customs, military era airlines every day.
The guy is somehow right because all these agencies, he said either you run into problem with one or you are free with one. So you understand? These two now, they are the ones going after him. But I still stand by my point that look, NDLA, EFCC will not come after an individual without having something to show. But it shouldn't be based on rumors. For instance, like the the police invasion of Justice Mary Odili home, which was based on a rumor. You understand? At the end of the day, it was proved wrong. So before they embark, okay, for instance, before Abba Kyari in Nigeria, the case of Hush Puppy, indicting Abba Kyari, before FBI made it public, they had already conducted their investigation and completed everything. So when they hit a Hush Puppy with evidences, the guy could not deny. You understand? Our investigation here should have same processes. Before you go public over an individual, you should be able to have concrete evidence, so that by the time you put the evidences before Dayo, say Dayo, on so date you make such call, on so date Mustapha transfer money into your account on so hour,